Welcome back to the Bionicle Inspiration series. I spotlight the community's creations to give you ideas and inspiration. And today's episode is all about skeletons and skull villains. Oh, it's our good theme today! Let's give you some ideas so that you can start creating. Our first skull-themed bad guy is built by the ever-talented Woomy World. You don't think he's talented? Well, you're wrong. He's a LEGO designer. This mock is called Grim Reaper. I am delighted to see some of these trans green effect pieces all over this mock. These of course came from some of the very recent Ninjago spinners. You get them in a couple different colors, trans purple, there's some older variants which are a different mold, but regardless of how exactly the piece looks, they can achieve some wonderful stuff. Cause look at it here, becoming some sort of ethereal mist or a ghostly flame. The way it dances around the base of the mock. And then this creation rises from the flames, like it's emerging out of a sea of souls or spirits. Dang, dude! And then one more, right here on the scythe, with a couple extra pieces just to round it off. It looks so elegant flowing down into the actual scythe, the blade itself. This is incredible. And alright, the staff is cool. But then using some of these brown pieces and some of those zipline elements to make it look like this staff has been forged out of the branch of a tree. Bro, that's nice. A classic G2 skull mask adorns the face, but there's this as well, which appears to be a black Kopaka Nuva mask. I think, anyway. It's definitely one of the Nuva masks. But isn't it amazing? Just looking at it from the side, you really do get a lot of these wrinkles that do make it look like cloth. And the way it partners with this mask, it really does look like a hood. What a stunning combination of pieces, and what a clever part use. Oh, and the torso. The torso. Taking the armor element off of old mate Euripides and putting it on here. Yeah, look, people hate Galador. People give it a bad time. People say, oh, the pieces don't look like Lego, you can't use them in anything. Mate, you couldn't be more wrong. Look at this. This is like the focal point of this mock. When it gives you excellent results like this, you gotta give a little bit of newfound respect to Galador. Mate, the entire silhouette and sinister appearance of this creation. It's next level. So striking, so bold, so great. Number 2. It's Midnight Howl by Triple. Nice to see a skeletal design that isn't your typical, humanoid skeleton. And it's nice to see one that doesn't use any G2 skull masks, which are cool. Like we saw in the last mock, it always looks good. But sometimes it's nice to see something different. And look at this. A gunmetal ribcage piece, the same ones that we see on a lot of the Skull Villain G2 sets. Yeah, turning that into the face. Like it's some sort of spiky, bony crown. Wow. I like the fact that the base very neatly frames these eyes. And that little tip looking like a nose that then leads down into the mouth. And this mouth, it's the mask or kind of the head from the Hero Factory set Fangs. You just flip that thing upside down and it totally transforms the way it looks. You don't really see Fangs' facial features, you just focus on the mouth. Partner it with other stuff and you've got yourself a brilliant custom face. Sensational. The feet are also quite clever. Taking some of these old Shadow Matoran wings. Well, that is the perfect way to design a spiky and scary foot. And something about the essence of this, the energy of it. It kind of mirrors the look of the big elongated claws, talons and fingers. And then that's mirrored again in these big gangly limbs. If you're looking to make some sort of horrific monster, something you'd see out of a horror movie, well, try creating really big, grotesque limbs. Something about that always does feel horrific. It's kind of just a surefire way to make something, well, scary. I love everything about this. Super cool. Awesomeness Born is the next builder, and they've made this creation which is titled Karzon, Serpent of the Wildlands. So this is a revamp of a Knight's Kingdom set which was called Karzon. Now yeah, okay, the helmet is quite different. Now it's got more of that skull motif. And look, I do like the original, it is sad to see that go. But this is cool, and I think it works. Especially because the colors, the rough shape of the mask, energetically it feels very similar to what's going on the original set. It feels like an appropriate upgrade. I love this new waist armor. Getting a bunch of different chains, whether it's the Bionicle link chains or the more system-focused chain elements. And then you got a couple of them with like jewels on them. This looks magnificent. It's also going to be able to flex and move quite easily, so it's not going to limit any like leg movement, which is always a win. Something that looks good and can be posable? Well, we love to see it. But the chain motif continues elsewhere, like on the flail. Not the chain itself, this bit right here, making use of some of these old barbed wire pieces. These were great. They came in a set like this Agents set. These elements are made out of rubber, so it's quite easy to wrap them around other stuff. And now, yeah, it really does look like these chains have been entangled onto this hilt. It's an excellent way to blend this all together into one very realistic looking weapon. And it's just nice to see those old barbed wire pieces. We don't really see them anymore, and they were pretty cool. Oh, and this guy's got a hood. A hood that looks like it can pop down and pop up. You don't see enough hoods on MOCs. You certainly didn't see any fabric ones in any official LEGO sets, so you know, this is nice. And plus, it's just nice to see some love for Knights Kingdom characters. Not enough people revamp these sets, and they're so good. It really is a shame that we don't see more stuff like this. Our final creation today is by the amazing Vanny Mox, and it's called Mira. First things first, let's just appreciate all the different poses that this MOC can pull off. Vanny is a master of posability. Anytime I look at a Vanny Mox MOC, I'm wowed, I'm floored by all these different poses that they can pull off. So full of personality, so full of character, it's electric. You'll notice that there's some action figure stands right here, and that's a bit of a necessity. There's certain poses that you simply cannot pull off without a stand like this. A simple Google search shows that they're quite affordable. There's a lot of places that you can get them from. If you're looking to take some pictures and put your MOCs in interesting poses, I highly recommend picking up something like this. But the MOC itself, look at the little like ponytail. This is made by linking together a ton of these Exoforce robot claws. These pieces, thankfully, are very common, so it wouldn't be too hard for you to replicate something similar. You probably have a lot of them in your collection already. And if you don't, it'll be pretty easy to pick some up for quite cheap. Yeah, but I like this. It feels wonderfully robotic, but also quite organic and does look like actual hair. It's kind of that perfect mix that fits right in the world of Bionicle. And this staff kind of looks like it's soaked in blood. And that's all thanks to the look of those quasar spikes. Pieces that came in a lot of 3.0 Hero Factory sets. Look, maybe they're not covered in blood, maybe it's just a really pretty design for this blade. Whatever you want it to be, there's no denying that it looks frickin' incredible. The chains on the torso, the spikes above the mask, everything about this rocks. What a great creation. Wow, you know, that was quite the buffet of beautiful skull villains. I sure hope this gave you a few ideas, a little bit of inspiration. Yeah, but if you need a little bit more, check the links below. You can find more work by these builders waiting for you right there. It might be that little kick you need to get a little bit more inspiration. And if you want one of your own MOCs featured on the show, you can submit it to the submission email that's on your screen right now. Thanks for watching everyone, happy building, and bye for now. Yeah, look, I think it's fair to say that the G2 skull masks, they're the best masks to come out of that second generation of Bionicle. Do you agree? Or is there something better?